Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Yani and we are going to be doing our 10th and final Halloween makeup look of 2021. So we are going to do this beauty right here, Miss Medusa, because she's supposed to be the costume that I'm going to be, but unfortunately I was too tired from work, so I didn't do it. Good thing I did this one. So let's head on in. So my face is nice and clean. I washed it, moisturized it. Now we're going to go ahead and clean it with a little bit of Bioderma. Just want to make sure I get all of the dirt and the grease that was on my face off. So that's what you see me doing here. Next, we're going to go into our eyes. So we're going to be using the ColourPop Just My Luck palette. We're going to glue our brows down. I'm using my Elmer's Purple to Clear glue, as you can see. Now we're going to go ahead and conceal. And you conceal after the glue is dry, obviously. I'm using my NYX Color Correcting Concealer. My eyebrows are very, very dark. I think this is the color 03. You could probably use a darker one, but I use this one. Now on top of that, I'm going to powder. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Powder. I'm just taking a little bit on my sponge and just putting it right over that color corrector. I'm still learning how to glue my brows down, so bear with me. Alright, I'm going to take the excess off with a big fluffy brush, my face powder brush. Just make sure there's no excess powder. Now we're going to go ahead and prime our face. I'm taking the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer and then the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. We're going to do our eyes. I'm taking the Just My Luck palette. I'm using for eye primer, I'm using the Elizabeth Mott Thank Me Later primer. It's my absolute favorite primer. I have to see if I can buy a new one because I'm running low on it, and I love this primer so very much. And because we're doing a really high cut crease, I'm putting that all the way up to where my brows are because obviously we're going to create a look. So I took the deepest, darkest color, and then not the deepest, darkest color, the second to deepest, darkest color, and I put that in my crease, and I stamped it on, and then I went and I fluffed it out with the lighter color. Now I'm taking the P. Louise eyeshadow base in the color Mellow Yellow, and I'm cutting the crease. I cleaned up my crease with some micellar water and a Q-tip, and now I'm putting down the base. I'm still learning how to do cut creases, so also bear with me. This is not something that I do on an everyday basis. I'm a very easy girl. I do half cut creases, or I just do spotlight eyes, halo eyes. Cut creases take a lot of time. Now we're moving on. I go ahead and I did a wing liner, and I put a little bit of shimmer in the crease. I use that like yellowy green color from the palette, and now I'm curling my eyelashes with my eyelash curler. I'm using the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. I really like this formula. I don't like the brush very much, but the formula is awesome. Now we're gonna go ahead and go in with the Tarte Double Duty eyeliner pen and pencil, and I'm using the eyeliner side. I'm just gonna do my my tight line. Now we're gonna use those two primers I said earlier. Putting the Poreless Putty Primer in my T-zone because that's where I have the most pores. And I'm just taking the same brush that I used to put my eyeshadow primer because I couldn't find my putty brush. I don't know where the hell it went. And I'm just distributing the product everywhere. Then I'm going to take that Jelly Pop primer and I'm going to put that all over my face. Next, I'm taking the Milani Screen Queen foundation, and this color is soft beige, I want to say. And I'm just putting that all over my face. This is a really light shade, so that's why I decided to use this one. This is usually my Halloween mixing foundation, and I'm almost done with it. I'm trying to move through all the foundations that I have and just kind of keep my very favorite ones because that girl had a lot of foundation. Now I'm taking my Jouer High Coverage Essential concealer, and I'm really concealing a lot. I know it seems like a lot, but I needed to make sure that this blends really well and gives me the fuller coverage that I was looking for. So that's why you see me using a lot. And I'm using this like all over my face, in the T-zone and then down. And then blend, girl. So I'm using that same small little, I think this is a pure, I want to say it's a pure sponge from Pure Cosmetics, and I'm just using that to blend everything out. I like to use sponges. I don't like to use brushes. It's personal preference, whatever you want to do. But I blend to my heart's desire. Now we're going to put some powder, and I'm using that e.l.f. sponge that came in like I had that in a like gift set. It's a really fluffy sponge, and I love this sponge a lot. I'm using this to put the powder, and I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible powder because it's a little lighter. So I'm putting that all in my T-zone, everywhere that I put the concealer. Now I took that dark liner for the Tarte Double Duty eyeliner, and I created that dark line on the waterline, like so I can smoke it out a little bit. Now we're going to put some lashes on, which I should have waited to do this after, but we're going to put some lashes because I put some very dramatic fluffy lashes. I believe the ones that I bought were from Amazon, I want to say. So that's what you see me doing here. I don't know how these girls put on their lashes with fingers, because I needed to use my tool either way. I was like, you know what? I can't do this with my fingers. I have to use my little Tarte eyelash tool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in to this like lime green color. This is the BH Cosmetics Trending in Tokyo palette. I'm taking that lime green color and I'm gonna smoke the waterline out just to have a little bit of green on the bottom. And you can see my eyes are super red because I have contacts on, doing makeup. My eyes were killing me. And then I'm gonna take that green down a little bit more because we're gonna use this as our Medusa like blush contour type thing. Now we're going to take that deep green and we're going to lift the brow in the front to create like a more monster like brow. So you see me going very lightly, little by little, up. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're actually going to go through it with like make scales. And I took a little bit of what's left of that green and I'm trying to contour my nose just a teensy bit, which didn't work out the way that I wanted, but it's all right. We got this. Now we're gonna go ahead and take off my cutesy lootsy bow. I'm gonna fix my wig cap, and then we're gonna go ahead and create the scales. So this is a netted wig cap, which I thought was genius. I never thought of this in my life. I saw this on TikTok and I was like, oh my God, I have to try it. But I couldn't get it over my head, so I had to hold it like this because of my lashes. That's why I said I should have put my lashes on after I did this. You know, trial and error. So I'm going to take that deep green, that lime green, and I'm going to go ahead and create the scales. So we're going to do this like up into the hairline, which, like I said, this was like the most awesomest thing ever because I would have used like fishnet stockings or like a what's that called, stencil, because I have a couple stencils from Wet n Wild. Now we're going to take like a brown and create like a little bit of a contrast on both sides, and I'm using my Wet n Wild like mermaid palette for this, for the green and the brown. It's like a Fantasy Makers palette that I bought like 2 years ago, and then you can see how the scales look. And then I warmed up my face and I did a little bit of contouring with some bronzer, and I put a little bit of highlight on See, those were the two palettes that I used, and my wig cap. And then the highlight is a Fantasy Makers gold highlight. I forget the name of it. And then for my lips, all I used was green eyeshadow and my gold highlight. This is the No Filter setting spray from ColourPop, and I use that to set my face. And this is the final look. I put some contacts on that I bought off of Amazon. These are like, I think, the cat eye yellows. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and the support. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell down below so you can get notified every time I upload videos, which is 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you know, if life permits. The jewelry, the snakes, I bought off of Shein. The wig, I bought off of Shein. The headpiece, I bought at Spirit Halloween. My contacts, of course, I bought on Amazon, and my nails are Kiss Nails. I bought them off of Ulta. They're limited edition, the Halloween ones. And yes, I loved creating this look. I probably could have did much better, but we're gonna go with this simple. It's still cute. I could have added more scales. Next time I'm gonna add more scales, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Please subscribe to my channel, of course. Hit the notification bell. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment. We love all that. I appreciate all the guys that watch my videos. You guys help me out so much by sharing and liking and commenting. Thank you again. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and I will see all you beauties in my next video. I hope you have a happy Halloween.